When I first told my sister and my mom about this, the way they laughed at me, I've not really told a lot of people. I've told a few friends, and their reaction, priceless. This form of catharsis has been proven effective for me, and I know it may not work for everybody, but I'm sure that there are people who it would definitely work for. And even if it's just one person that watches this video and this is able to change your life, then it is worth it. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to get more psychological and spiritual content to help you learn how to live a more fulfilling life, to understand yourself better, the world that we live in, and see things through God's perspective. Share this video with a friend. Like this video if you can relate. I don't think a lot of people will be able to relate with this, and I'm actually kind of scared about the comments I'm going to get on this video, but let's do it. So what is catharsis? Catharsis refers to the process of relieving or providing relief from repressed and strong emotions. The psychoanalytic theory basically links it to the need to provide relief for unconscious conflicts. So in simple words, catharsis is a way of releasing and relieving yourself of strong emotions, painful emotions, internal conflicts and difficulties. It's just a way to release it, to release and rid yourself of it. Some forms of catharsis include exercise, talking to a friend, listening to music, writing and journaling, etc. And crying. Yes. When I was younger, like 5, 6, 7, in primary school. So, I grew up in Nigeria, so they used to beat us in school. And so the thing about me is that from early on, I created this wrong belief that crying equaled weakness. And so I already kind of indirectly conditioned myself to not cry in public from a young age. Very, very young age. I was like 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, and we'll be in class and they would beat everybody. Even the boys would cry. But I refused to cry. And that made my teachers more angry because they're like, oh, so you're not crying, right? You're forming head guy. So they would even beat me harder, like trying to make me cry because they're like, oh, okay, maybe that doesn't hurt you. Cry. I'm like, it hurts, but I'm not going to. I can't cry. I just can't get myself to do it. And they'll beat me harder and it'll hurt more, but I still wouldn't cry. It used to get a lot of teachers angry, but yeah. So from early on, I kind of created that wrong belief that crying equaled weakness, and like I said, I indirectly conditioned myself not to cry in public. Of course, I used to cry in private and sometimes in front of my family, and that belief kind of went with me even till adulthood, till now. It's still very difficult for me to cry in front of people, but I do cry privately, and I think that's why I had to make this decision, which I made about like 3-4 years ago, because I realized that I really disregarded my emotional side. Like, what's the point if you're intelligent maybe in school but you're not good, like your emotional quotient is low? Nah. So I really decided that I realized that I had disregarded my emotions for a long time, so I was unable to like properly process my emotions or really understand the emotions of others, and for a long time it really affected my relationships with people. So like about 4 years ago, I think that's when I made a decision, 4 or 5, to actually be more intentional about understanding my emotions, understanding people's emotions, and knowing how to properly manage it. So I would really keep myself from crying. There are so many situations I want to cry in public, but I would just hold it in, and it started to affect me, and it had like negative and unpleasant consequences that be affecting my life. And so I decided that, look, I can't keep doing this. I need to cry because crying is therapeutic. I was able to realize that. So I started by saying, okay, I'll be choosing a day in which I would just cry. Like, that day would be for introspection, insight, looking within myself, exploring some of those difficult emotions that I've overlooked or repressed for a long time, and just releasing it. Like, it's like I'm a bottle. and so much emotion, and it starts to get to a point where it's like spilling over. It just needs to like pour it out before others can, so I can create space for more emotions. So yeah, so I decided to do this. So what I basically do is once every month I choose a day that I would cry. Now it doesn't mean that obviously there's some circumstances or situations that will take place that I would just cry without planning it. But because a lot of times I don't, especially publicly, I have to be more intentional about this. And the plus side is that it's something I carry God along with. So it's not just me crying, it's something I do prayerfully. And then I take all my burdens and my pain and my emotions and I basically just like release it into God's hands. And it's very therapeutic and it really works well for me. Got to the point where if I start to like act a little bit edgy or like irritable, my sister will be like, have you had your cry day? You need to have your cry day. That's just the backstory of how and why I decided to start scheduling my crying. There's some months that I don't have a cry day. Maybe that month just has to be, it's just, happens to be super fantastic. No issues or nothing. And there's some months I have more than one cry day. There are times I forget it. It was in the beginning I was very, very, about it. But now with time, with that form of catharsis, and with the experience and knowledge, I've been able to better learn how to manage my emotions, properly handle and manage it. I'm learning. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm learning. So I don't really have to have it as frequently, my cry days, but I still have it. Especially when I know that it's been a long time since I've maybe explored my emotions, because I'm the type of person that tends to just disregard it a lot of times, and it's not always good. So I just decide that, okay, look, I'm gonna have a cry day, and I choose the day. And you guys would think it's weird, like it could literally be the best day ever, but because I've chosen that day, I would just go to my room, pray, and allow myself to explore and to re-experience some of those negative emotions or experiences or situations that made me hurt. And then I would just cry to God and release it and then pray, and I'll feel so much better after. It's like cast all your burdens on Jesus. I don't know if it works for everybody, but it works for someone, and that someone might be you. And why is crying even beneficial? Because a lot of times people say, oh, men don't cry, this and that. Please, crying is necessary for both genders. That men don't cry that is nonsense. We're human beings, we have emotions, and we cry and we have to release it. Just like how you poop, release your waste. You gotta release the tears. So research has actually shown that crying, when you cry, your body basically releases the chemicals oxytocin and endorphins. These chemicals help you to feel good and also helps to relieve physical and emotional pain. Some benefits of crying include aids sleep, helps reduce stress, and crying also helps you to get help from others. It releases toxins and it helps to reduce stress. It also helps to enhance your mood. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this, and a lot of people don't cry. I've suggested this to some people. I don't know if they did it or not. A lot of people think I'm crazy. How would you schedule days to cry? So in the future, would you schedule days to have sex with your husband? I'm sure somebody would probably be thinking that. Look, it was crazy to me at first. It was really, really crazy, but it worked. And if there's somebody else out there that this is going to work for, why not? Schedule your day to cry, baby girl, baby boy, whoever, So crying is therapeutic and catharsis is necessary. As human beings, we need to release. If you keep repressing and, all those emotions, you will explode. Anyways, that's it for today's video, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with someone, like this video, comment below, be nice with your comments, please. And have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye.